What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, reports have surfaced, interesting reports, that undefeated lightweight world champion superstar boxer who's the unified WBC franchise, WBA, IBF, WBO, Ring Magazine, lightweight world champion superstar boxer Teofimo Lopez, 16 wins, no losses, no draws, 12 big wins by way of knockout. He's 24 years of age. He stands at 5'8" with a 68.5-inch arm reach. He's scheduled to face his IBF mandatory challenger in Australian star boxer, who's the IBF mandatory challenger. He's undefeated, 19 wins, no losses, no draws, 10 wins by way of knockout. He's 28 years of age, stands at 5'9.5" with a 68-inch arm reach. In George Kambosos Jr. They're scheduled to take place August 14th. With that said, they haven't secured a location. This is a very, very unique and interesting situation because Teofimo Lopez, according to legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO and promoter Bob Arum, in which they have a contract with the network of ESPN, in which that's where Teofimo Lopez normally showcases his talents. But this mandatory challenge between himself and George Kambosos Jr., it went to a purse bid. And Bob Arum, he believes that Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos Jr. allegedly colluded to allow it to go to a purse bid so that we could get the highest bidder bid on this fight. And they knew that top-ranked ESPN Bob Arum, they didn't hold this fight in high value, so they weren't going to put up much money as the fight went to purse bid, and they couldn't come to an agreement. So Bob Arum, he feels like they did this purposely so it could go to purse bid, in which Top Rank and Bob Arum, ESPN, they bid $2.3 million on the fight. Well, then you had Matchroom CEO and promoter, and DAZN, Eddie Hearn, he come in and bid 3.2. So he outbid them anyway. But then in a whopping, shocking events, Triller, a newfound app that is showcasing and does most of their work with entertainment industry, mostly concerts and music and things of that nature, they decide to come in and bid $6 million. Now, we know Triller, they had previously showcased a legendary exhibition showdown between Iron Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr., legends, okay? So that was the first introduction, as far as the boxing world knew, of Triller. And now they came in and swooped in and picked up a legit boxing match that has implications on the sport itself and the ranking systems with George Kambosos Jr. and Teofimo Lopez, and they outbid everybody by a wide margin with $6 million, okay? Nearly $3 million more dollars than the second highest bidder. So with that said, Teofimo Lopez set to get a guarantee of $4 million, and George Kambosos is set to get a guarantee of $2 million. Now, Teofimo Lopez, he has to pay a percentage to top-ranked ESPN and Bob Arum, which was reported, I believe, about $700,000 to $750,000 he had to pay them. So would see him make about $3.3 million for this fight, okay? But then it's reported by his father, trainer, and manager, Teofimo Lopez Sr., that they had a deal in place, also a sponsorship with Twitter, that was going to come in and also offer them $4 million, okay, $4.5 million, which would see him make upwards of $7 million. Now, the fight initially was scheduled to take place June 5th, but legendary Hall of Fame, iconic superstar boxer who's retired and turned CEO and promoter of Mayweather Promotion, that being Floyd Money Mayweather, he decided to do an exhibition with YouTube sensation Logan Paul on June 6th, the Sunday, in the same city in Miami, Florida. Okay, and that's where Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos Jr. was set to fight. So they decided to move off that date and not compete with Floyd Mayweather, and they relocated and rescheduled to June 19th. Then it was reported that Teofimo Lopez, he had tested positive for the C19, and the fight had to be postponed once again, okay, and rescheduled for August 14th. Okay, from the June 19th date to August 14th. Then Triller got wind of Teofimo Lopez, shockingly, shocking chain of events. Teofimo Lopez, who was having issues with Top Rank and Bob Arum, seemed to be at odds a little. They decided to restructure Teofimo Lopez's contract And Bob Arum, he was telling everybody it wasn't smart on the part of Matchroom and Triller to bid this money on Teofimo Lopez when he signed to them for 3.5 more years. Now, and Bob Arum, he also stated Teofimo Lopez is looking for high-profile fights, and he's with us. So let's see how that works out moving forward. Well, then we saw Teofimo Lopez restructure his deal, and on the back end, he was scheduled to have a pay-per-view event October 2nd, okay, which turned out and seemed to be against Olympic gold medalist, 2-time Olympic gold medalist, 3-division world champion, former unified lightweight world champion, superstar boxer Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko, in which Lomachenko lost his belts to Teofimo Lopez in a highly anticipated second fight. Okay, and so now Triller, they want to see a return on their investment. And so they decided to tell Teofimo Lopez they want to relocate this fight. Now, we have to keep in mind that Teofimo Lopez Sr., father, trainer, and manager, he did an interview where he sat down with father, trainer, and manager Bill Haney of undefeated WBC lightweight world champion superstar boxer Devin the Dream Haney. When they were trying to make a fight between Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez for official undisputed, Teofimo Lopez Sr., he stated, well, if things open up, we're looking to take this fight to Australia, to George Kambosos Jr.'s backyard, because there we can make nearly $10 million and introduce our brand to a whole different demographic of fans in the boxing world in Australia. So that's what we want to do. That's our number one plan. Why would we take a fight with Devin Haney if we could go to Australia, have 60,000 fans in attendance, introduce ourselves to, again, a whole different demographic of fans and our brand, and make almost $10 million? Well, that was before they had the fight scheduled for Miami, Florida. Now Triller, they saying, well, to get a return on our investment, seeing as though we keep moving the fight back, postponing it, and we guaranteeing these purses, now we want the fight to go to Australia since things have opened up. And Teofimo Lopez and his father, they seem to be dragging their feet on the idea of going to Australia. They no longer feel comfortable going to Australia after they stated they was going to make this huge money. I think it's largely in due part due to the fact that they already getting ready to make this big money with Triller, and they didn't anticipate Triller coming in and dropping a whopping $6 million, and then Twitter coming in with an endorsement deal that would see him make almost $7 million or over $7 million to fight here in the States. I don't think they anticipated that. So with that said, now they're dragging their feet. If we could make this money here in the States and not have to go to Australia, then why are we going to Australia? So, but now Triller is saying, well, we need to get a return on our investment on this money. We need to, be compensated for, inconveniences. Because now we saw that it was reported that Teofimo Lopez had tested positive, but then we see just days later, his father is saying on ESPN at Vasil Lomachenko's fight with Nakatani, he's saying that, Teofimo Lopez was in Italy on vacation with his pregnant wife and child, okay? And that he was fully healed and fully healthy and tested negative now. So Triller is starting to question, was it even ever the case? And so was George Kambosos Jr. With George Kambosos Jr., he took to social media and he said, show your proof publicly. I can show my proof of test. Now we need you to show your proof of test publicly and see if you truly have come down, okay? Let's see if this is truly the case. And Teofimo Lopez obviously never done so. So now Triller is pushing for the fight to go to Australia. And now it's being reported that Teofimo Lopez has agreed to go to Australia. He even stated at one point in time that he was willing to vacate the IBF title to go, so he didn't have to go to Australia and he didn't have to fight George Kambosos Jr. But I think that Triller is a whole different length of money. And Triller, that app, if they're willing to put up $6 million for this fight alone, not to mention the money they put up for Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, and other fights, well, their money is very, very deep. And do you want to, test those waters when dealing with Triller legally? So now it's being said that Teofimo Lopez is on board and is going to go to Australia and stage this fight. August 14th is 2 weeks away. I'm hard pressed to understand how would they have a venue, a location, and all of those things secured. I believe that this was the goal after the fight was postponed from June 19th to August 14th. I believe that from that point forward, Triller didn't understand, and maybe they just didn't believe in what Teofimo Lopez was and his team was saying, what was taking place. And I believe that this was their play all along to take this fight. Once it was rescheduled, I believe that at that point in time, they said, we got to look and get a return on our investment, and Australia is the best play. And seeing as though George Kambosos Jr. was already here and willing to do it here, and Teofimo Lopez, they had to reschedule twice. Well, I think that Triller at this point in time, they probably said, well, now we're going to take it to Australia. And that was part of the plan from the moment they understood that they was going to postpone it from June 19th to August 14th. Because I'm hard-pressed to see how this fight could be 2 weeks away and they already have a venue and things of that nature over in Australia. So we got to see, unless they plan on moving it back, how this plays out. But I don't think this is voluntary on the part of Teofimo Lopez. I believe that, he understands that there's a lot of money at stake and Triller's not willing to lose it, and he's going to have to pay the price one way or the other. And I believe that he just, decided it's just we might as well just go ahead and see if we can get this over with. This is risky because we saw Jeff Horn and Manny Pacquiao. Jeff Horn, to me, clearly won the fight, and they gave Manny Pacquiao clearly won the fight, and they gave it to Jeff Horn. Teddy Atlas wasn't happy about that. You go back and listen to that telecast. Is Teofimo Lopez don't get a knockout in Australia, is he going to get the benefit of the doubt and get the nod? So I believe that that's a part of the reason why they're hesitant in going over to to Australia as well. So we got to see how this unfolds and plays out. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like the shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Ebony Bridges, Blonde Bomber, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.